If your Python code still feels long, repetitive, or messy, these 5 Python functions will completely change the way you write your programs. First function is enumerate. Let's say I have a list of numbers that are represented as words, like this 0, 1, and 2. And now I want to enumerate each of these elements. For that, I use enumerate function. So I can write for I, comma value. I need two variables because enumerate function will return a tuple pair for each of these elements. So here enumerate, and enumerate function has only two parameters. First one is your iterable, which you will enumerate, and the second one is starting position. If you don't specify the starting position, it starts from 0 and counts onwards, increasing by 1. Let's leave it like this for now. And I can print I, this will be my enumeration, and print value, which will be the actual element of my numbers list. Let's run the code. And as expected, 0, 1, and 2 are printed alongside the values of the elements. But I can here specify start, and give it, let's say, 2 to start counting from 2. Also, enumerate can't specify step. The fixed step is 1. It will always be 1. Let's run the code, and the enumeration starts from 2 and ends at 4. Next very useful function I want to show you is zip function, used to merge elements of multiple iterables into tuple pairs, triplets, or whatever. Let's say I have another list that has, for example, numbers. I'll name these numbers 1 and have 1, 2, and 3. And now I want to merge these elements, but I want 0 and 1 to be a pair, 1 and 2 to be a pair, and 2 and 3 to be a pair. For that, I can write for I, j in zip and pass the iterables. Numbers and numbers 1. And now if I print I and print j, I will have the values of the first list and j will have the values of the second list. But let's only get I and print them as tuple pairs to see that they are always going to be a tuple. As you can see, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, and 3. Also, what do you think will happen if I have one list that is longer than another? For example, I have here 4 and 5. Write down in the comments below if you know the answer. Third very useful function is called map function. Map function is used to apply a function on every single element of an iterable. Let's say I have a variable result, and I'll write here list, you will see later why, and I want to call map function. First thing you need to pass is your actual function that you want to apply on each element of an iterable. Usually, you're going to use lambda functions, but you can also pass functions that you've created with keyword def. So here I will write lambda x and write get me x of 0. What this will do, it will get this element and only return the first character. And then you need to pass your list, which is in my case numbers. And that's it. But why here I put list? Because map evaluates this lazily. If I just put map, this won't give me any list. But with this list, it will give me a list in the end. Let's print result, and let's see if this function actually does what I want it to do. And it actually did. And let me show you what happens if I remove the list, what will happen with this result. It only shows where my map object is in the memory. That is why you need to write here list. Also, another useful function is called filter function. As the name says, it's used to filter elements of an iterable based on some criteria. Again, as map, it also evaluates lazily, so you have to write here list if you want to evaluate it immediately. And I will write here filter. And let's say here I have numbers 2, 3, 1, 4, 6, 7. And I want to get only elements that are even. So here I write lambda function x and check if x% 2 equals 0. This means this is an even number. You want to get it. So here I write numbers. And now when I run this code, I should get 2, 4, and 6. Let's run to see. 2, 4, and 6 I actually get. And the last function I want to show you is sorted function. Sorted function is used to sort an array. I mean a list. And here if I pass sorted and pass here numbers, this will sort me these numbers and return it to this result. Also here you can pass some other parameters like reversed, and here you can say true, and this will actually sort them in a descending order. Let's run the code to see. 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. But if this one is false, the first element is 1. Also, you can also write your own function or criteria based on which you want to sort your array, and for that you're going to use parameter key. And here, again, we can write some lambda function. For example, the same lambda function as before, x, and check if x%2 equals 0, and this will be my function on which I will sort this. What this will do is, this will first put all the odd numbers and then the even numbers, because odd numbers will have value 0 and even numbers will have a value 1. Let's run the code to see if that's true. First three numbers are all odd and the second three numbers are all even, as expected. If these 5 Python functions helped you, I bet you will like next 5 functions. Go and watch the video, but don't forget to subscribe for more Python tips.